But with ships now carrying thousands of people, might another catastrophe be looming? NOVA examines cruise ship construction, design, and how captains are trained. All to understand why ships sink. Right now on NOVA.
Some of the ships have 6,500 passengers aboard and 2,000 crew members, more people than my hometown.
As this industry and its ships reach for the skies, is enough attention being paid to passenger safety? Industry official statistics, citing just 16 deaths in the 5 years up to 2010, suggest cruising is safe. Could the quality of the steel used in their construction have been at fault? The answer is being sought here at the California Maritime Academy in Vallejo. Michael Strange conducts what's called a Charpy impact test on 2 samples of steel, one similar to that from Titanic's era, the other a modern-day sample.
We install a specimen into the machine that has a very special shape with a small groove in it, which focuses the energy into one location. The head is released, crashing into the specimen.
The test measures how high the pendulum swings after it smashes through the steel bar. The higher the swing, the less energy has been used by the pendulum to break the sample, and the weaker the steel. The tests reveal that modern-day steel is 7 times more resistant to impact than was Titanic's. This fits with earlier studies showing Titanic steel contained more sulfur and phosphorus than modern materials. These impurities can accumulate between the crystal layers of the metal and weaken its structure. But the strength of a metal also depends on how much it stretches and deforms to absorb energy.
Make sure they're nice and tight.
Strange stretches sample bars to their breaking point. A stronger metal will stretch further before it breaks.
You can see in the bottom third it's starting to narrow a little bit. And it's just about reached its failure point. It's a little bit hard to tell, but it is quite a bit longer than it was when it originated. If you look in the area of my fingers here, you'll see that it actually has reduced in diameter, and that area is called necking. That's where the forces and stresses are the highest right before failure.
In this case, the sample that fails to cope with the strain and snaps first is the Titanic-era steel. Its quality suffered because the importance of controlling temperature during the smelting process was not well understood.
In comparison to some of the older materials, for instance, the material used in the Titanic, they don't have the ability to absorb near as much energy as current steels do.
This is an industry that's exploding. There's only so many of those truly experienced, professional, mature mariners.
Training in a simulator could help cruise ship captains to react more effectively in stressful situations. Many major lines do insist on their captains taking simulator training for 2 weeks each year. But it's only a voluntary arrangement. In aviation, by contrast, ongoing training is a legal necessity.
Training is really important in really emergency, life-threatening situations.
They have pre-programmed navigational routes that are embedded in their computers so that you can chart a safe passage. And if the ship, for any reason, departs from that safe itinerary, alarms should go off.
Schettino has reportedly told the Italian authorities that he was navigating by sight only in the dark. Tracking data shows that he diverted from his route to perform a sail-by close to the island of Giglio.
This is part of their entertainment. This is part of the drama and flair of modern-day cruising.
Finally, around an hour after the collision, Captain Scatino gave the order to abandon ship.
At this point, it literally was too late. He had run the clock out on his own passengers and crew.